Hello everybody, it's Jim the Gentleman Crafter, and today I wanted to go over the last part of the box with you guys. We did it last night on Ustream, and this is it. So this is what we came up with, and it's 3 tiers. You pull up the hinges on each side here, and the box is lined. And the thing that you really want to remember, I was trying to remember last night, is that before you line the box, you want to go ahead and you want to do your brads. And I did that with my piercing tool from We Are Memory Keepers. And so you'll just go in and you'll line it up how you want it. For example, let's see, the top of this box is here. So I just put these two together and pierce through, and put the brads in the holes where the screws would have been, and then you cover the inside. So just line your paper so that the lining would be for each box, let's see, about 1 5/8, I think we said 1 5/8 for the sides, and a 4.5 by 5 7/8 center. Okay, the next thing you want to do is this would normally be covered with paper, but I'm not gonna do it right now. But I used 2 pieces of chipboard, adhered them together, stuck it to the bottom of the box, so it won't move, and I'll show you in a second. And the measurement on that's 4.5 by 5 3/4. Okay, and so what it'll do is keep it from moving. You know what I mean? That sits down. This sits in the bottom of that and keeps it from moving. Okay, so that's how that was made. And then what we did for the base here is just we put feet. I put some Tim Holtz foundation feet on the bottom and glued them together, glued it on there. And I would use, if you got the time, glossy accents would probably be the #1 thing to use. Okay, so glossy accent the feet on the bottom of the box and just leave it upside down to dry really good. Okay, so they'll be on there forever. For the lid, I didn't line the top of the box yet. But what I did is I had these pulls. You probably saw my enabler alert. Maybe you did and maybe you didn't on YouTube. And I bought these knobs from Hobby Lobby, and I wanted to use them on top of this box. And so what I did is I just found the center of the box with my ruler, my centering ruler, both ways, and punched a hole with it with my piercing tool, and then went back with my awl and made the hole bigger so that the screw would fit in. These come with a very long screw end here, and I just took my Dremel and whacked that off real quick. So you will see that inside your interior box, but it's up far enough so if you're storing anything it would be okay. So that's how I put the knob on, and just screwed it through just like you would on a knob on a cabinet. So that's that. But what I thought I'd do this morning is I wanted to show y'all, because we didn't get through with I didn't show you on the last YouTube video installment of this how to do the lid. So let's do that real quick. So I'm just grabbing a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and I've got this one, and this is from the same collection. I used circa 1934 from Cosmo Cricket, and they are no longer. This pad of paper, it has been discontinued, I understand. So I got mine at Hobby Lobby. So I'm taking my paper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tool that I had, my chipboard tool that's 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to go and mark it at the bottom down here just to start me off. If you want to eyeball this yourself, do it if that makes you happy. I just do this because it's, you know, it makes sense sometimes when I'm doing stuff like this. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pieces, and for my top pieces, the top of the box is 4 3/4 by 5 7/8, and so these match that. They're 1 inch pieces, and I've got 2 fit on both ends. Let me move this out of the way so you can see it. So they're 1 inch pieces, so it's going to be, you need 2 for 4 3/4. I think that's right, isn't that what we said? 4 3/4. and 2 that are 5 7/8. 5 7/8, yeah, for each side here. So 2 and 2, and they're 1-inch pieces. Okay, so that's what I cut out of my chipboard, and using medium weight chipboard. And I'm going to run these through the Xyron. You can tape them on, glue them on, use your glue stick, whatever you'd like. I'm just going to use my Xyron real quick. Okay, and then, as always, I go around my pieces with my bone folder, my Teflon bone folder, to get the adhesive up next to the chipboard. So that's what I'm doing now. Like that. Okay, that's done. I'm going to take these off, and I'm sorry, once again, I've got white chipboard on white paper backing, so it's going to be a little bit harder to see. So that puts the adhesive on it, and once again, I used my Creatopia, which is a Xyron product, to put this adhesive on the back, just because it's easy for me, and that's what I like to use. So I'm going to start with one of my longer pieces. Would be the 5 7/8 piece. I'm going to line it up. You could use your centering ruler if you'd like. I'm going to try to find the center just by eyeballing it. So I'm going to put that down. And then I'm going to grab my large piece and put that next to it. Line that up and place it down. Okay, you want an 1/8 inch gap here, and that's why I'm using my ruler. My other long piece. And putting that down. Okay. And then the 2 shorter sides, so I'm turning my paper to put on the 2 shorter sides, and these are going to be the 4 3/4, I believe, right? 4 3/4. Turning it again to do this side. So it's just like making our box bottom. So it's just going to be shallower. Okay, and then I'm going to use my tool that I made to go around everything with my pen. So I'm just going to draw a perimeter, draw a border around everything. It's just my guide to where I need to cut. Okay, so I'm going to cut that out with my craft knife, or you can use scissors. So I'm just going to cut on the lines. That one sure doesn't look straight to me right there. So, oops. Okay, so I'm just going to cut on the lines. I know it gets a bit confusing with all those lines. Just try to stay straight. These are going to be hidden anyway, so. And they're going to wrap around the box, so I'm not going to worry about it. So we want to go into this corner here, this farther piece, and then down, leaving a 3/4 inch border around the whole piece. Almost there. Gotta go run errands in a second, and so I thought, you know what, might as well do this so I can let this upload. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I have what I call structure strips. Just some it's just cardstock cut into 1-inch strips and scored in the middle at 1/2 inch. And I would normally use a 1/4 inch score tape on each side. You could use your ATG if you want to. I'm at a 1/4 inch, so I'm using eighth inch. So I'm going to cut 4 pieces, and I'm cutting them to the exact dimensions of the lengths that I'm using here. Let's see if I can find my trimmer. So I know I need 2 at 4 3/4. And then I need 2 at 5 7/8. Okay, that's done now. I'm going to take my longer pieces. Doesn't matter where you start. I've just got my longer pieces. And I'm going to fold them in half against themselves. And then I'm going to pull off the score tape. Got a little cat hair there. No, it's just a pencil mark. So then I'm going to take this and put it into my V, and I'm putting it down into the channel, and I'm gluing it in. Adhere it on. Other side. Doing the same thing, pull my backing. This would be the time you put your ATG on it, or whatever you want to put on it. Once again, score tape is my best friend, so I'm using that. Then I'm going to put the smaller pieces, the 4 3/4 inch pieces, down. It's rainy here today. It's kind of putting me in a quiet mode, which I love. I just concentrate on other things, which is just nice and relaxing today. So I'm off today, which is really, really nice. Which is unusual for me to be off during the week. But so I'm going to take my ruler. I'm putting my fingers up. It's horizontal. It's not horizontal, it's vertical. And then I'm going to cut on against it right there. And it leaves about 1/8 of an inch of a gap right there. So I'm just going around all the corners and doing that with my ruler vertical. I don't know why it's a hard thing today. Vertically. Up and down, and doing that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this trash away. It's driving me nuts. Okay, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going from corner to corner. So into that corner and chop. Into that corner and slice, trim. On all 4 corners. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my score tape again, and I'm going to put it down on the corner, on the edge of each edge of the paper, pattern paper. I'm going to come up here and put it on that edge. Turn the paper down here. And then here. Oops. Right there. Okay. Like so. Alright. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up those pieces and kind of get them ready. Okay, I'm going to pull it up with my pick, my craft pick from Tim Holtz and Tonic, I think. So it's just about basically the same thing we were doing with the box, the tiered boxes. It's just going to be a bit shallower. And then I'm going to go around and put down my dog ears. Okay. So that's ready to rock. So on these smaller pieces, we want those to go up and in. Okay. And then these are going to go on the outside. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take, you know what, I'm just going to use hot glue. I would probably, if you want this to last for a while, use score tape or glossy accents or some adhesive, some other kind of adhesive. I'm going to use hot glue because it's here and fast, and that's what we were talking about last night. It's just instead of me sitting here holding this, I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue this in. So I'm putting the tab, putting the tab up next to it. I need to redo that. So corner to corner, tab next to it, and down. Just pulling off some of that excess glue. I put too much on. Same thing over on this side. I'm taking hot glue and putting it in to that corner and gluing it in place. That one just didn't want to stay, does it? It's just too hot, maybe. Let's see. Let's see if I can do that one more time. It just is not wanting to stay. Okay, and then I'm going to move to the other side. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to have to hold this one for a second. It's just being ornery. I'm rubbing off some of that extra glue that I had so much on there. It's another reason why hot glue is not the best choice for this kind of stuff. Okay, and then I'm going to go over here to this one. Move these out of the way. Bring this in. The shorter side. Bring those in and up, and get those ready to be glued into place. Just dab of glue and hold it in place. Okay, one last one. This one right here. Dab of glue, hold it in place. Okay, so now that's done. We're going to take these, and what I probably do is go ahead and ink the top of those so the white core of the paper won't show through. You know, just real quick. Just give it a little shot of ink. Okay, and then I'm going to take this and actually I'm going to pull that glue out. There we go. Take that and put a little dab of glue. And once again, probably glossy accents would be the best. That way you don't have those big ugly bumps. And this one. Way too much glue here. And that one. And then that one. Okay, so that's the lid of your box. And so you'd want to add your hardware to the top. You know, we were talking about a while ago, finding the center, putting your hole in it with your piercing tool or your pick, and then going back with something that's a little bit bigger, like an awl, to make the hole bigger, to put in the hardware for the top, the knob, if you want a knob on the top. And once again, we just made the top of that box. And there's the knob I was talking about. So now's the time to go and put your hardware on first and then go and line the box. Okay? So I hope that helps, and y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Thanks a bunch.